mom took me on a big backpacking trip when I was like 11, and we stayed in hostels and bed and breakfasts, and I kind of caught the bug. So it was right out of high school that I did my first solo trip and went through Europe for about 3 months, just kind of backpacked around. And I've done several trips since then. I did a year in South America, and it was in South America that I decided I wanted to open a hostel.
So I studied abroad in Barcelona, Spain. That's where I had my first hosteling experience. I went to Sevilla and stayed in a hostel there. Throughout 4 months of studying abroad, I stayed in probably 20 or so hostels, and it was how I was able to afford traveling for a long period of time.
One of the most interesting aspects of Drifter Jack's hostel, I would say, is the fact that all the rooms and the hallways are painted by different artists. We had about 20 artists so far, and more to come through and paint every single room. And every single room is painted by an individual artist, so they had the entire room to themselves to create something. And in the hallways, everybody just kind of messed around at their own thing.
The bar. We saw it as a huge opportunity because we hostel guests like to drink. We like to drink and socialize and go out and, like I said, be adventurous. So it's something that we wanted to tie in and to provide a comfortable place for them to start off the night, to drink and socialize with fellow hostel guests, but also be immersed with local Austinites. There's kind of a saying in the industry, and that's S stands for social. So from a hotel to a hostel, there's a much more social component to hostels. I think there's a lot more beneficial parts of staying in a hostel, more so than just saving money. I think there's a lot of people that stay in hostels for the social aspect. Not being secluded in a hotel room, you're more likely to meet people who are traveling from other countries, and to make friendships and to go on adventures together.
Just the people you meet, the experiences that you have are unmatchable. You have some really awesome experiences in hostels compared to hotels.
I think that's the main thing that makes hostels stand apart from hotels. Communal spaces, the kitchen, the common area, places where you're going to play drinking games or start off a night on the town, or just sit and read a book and start a conversation or play cards. You're going to meet people that you wouldn't otherwise meet in a hotel, just because of the atmosphere.
I think what we're trying to create here is a little bit different from what some hostels are trying to create. And say you go to places like Europe and you find two types of hostels. There are like big corporate type hostels that are there to put people in beds, and then there are hostels that are trying to create an experience for people where they can have like a communal experience. Everybody comes together and meets each other and goes out and gets to know each other really well, and that's what we're trying to create here.
We got a lot of Australians and New Zealanders, and from all over Europe and all parts of the world. Coming, whether it be for business or just for fun.
People that travel in hostels are usually at a very high point in their life. They're excited about life. Everybody's on the same level, and everybody just comes together, and it's really, beautiful city, and gets to experience it together. People that know hostels know that generally you're safe. You're staying with other people in a room because it's a better experience. When you set your stuff down in a room, it has 5 other people in it. You immediately meet the people that are sleeping next to you, and the experience starts from there.